Welcome to another rendition of Rod Talks. I have two beautiful co-hosts today. I'm really excited about having them here. One of them is sitting next to me, and the other one's on the phone, all the way on the west side of Phoenix. Yep, the first person I'm going to introduce you is the lady sitting next to me. Her name is Cindy Mubi.
Hello, all.
Our Cinderella. How are
Hi,
everyone?
Cindy.
Hello. Cinderella.
And the one you just heard, her name is Carisa. How are we doing, Carisa?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
We're so happy to have you, honey. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be on.
Yes, absolutely. So, without further delay, we're going to jump right in this and that. So, Carisa, kind of explain, because I know you and everything else, but Cindy has never met you. So, kind of tell Cindy what you do.
Well, I work with energy. What I do is I'm a spiritual psychologist, a doctor of metaphysics, and I take my clients in my office, of course, and I love to hear what's going on in their lives and see what we can do about it to help them. Sometimes we talk for about an hour and we figure out what's going on with them, and then at that time, we determine what we're going to let go. We're going to release either something from their childhood, such as childhood abandonment, or maybe grief, or we might even want abundance, whatever my client is looking for. And what I then do usually is I put them on a table, and we talk, and I have them, and I help them through whatever they need. And I assist them to have spirit interject and work on them through me as the portal holding ground, which is gateway healing. I'm a gateway practitioner.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So what we do is I basically have somebody start breathing, and they breathe for about 45 minutes. And with that, as I'm calling in their angels and whoever they need to assist as archangels, spirit doctors, etc., my clients feel 100% better when they leave. We talk about what they've seen, what has gone on during the healing, what took place afterward. It's a very intense healing, and I myself have had quite a few. I was very sick, and this is what my passion became.
Wow.
Very nice.
Was to learn gateway.
That is beautiful, dear. So now you work with lights too, right? And frequency of the lights and colors, right?
Yes. Yes.
And can you tell Cindy a little bit about that?
When I work with light, I've seen. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Whatever.
Yes. What I see sometimes, what I've seen when I'm even working on a client, you mean that way, or do you want me to emphasize other things?
Well,
I do a lot of other modalities.
Well, I know you do, dear. I'm just talking about when I first met you, you had lights above your table and things like that.
Oh, okay. That's the crystal bed. I have a crystal bed.
That's what I'm talking about, that crystal bed of yours.
Okay. I have a crystal bed, and I put my clients on that for 45 minutes or 40 minutes. Sometimes they have a little resistance laying there, and I hold ground outside with because I'm also, like I said, I'm a portal for God, and He uses me as His vessel. So I hold my clear quartz crystals outside or in the room, and I have them listening to some music, and I have them lay there. And what the lighting does actually is it balances your whole body. It kills illnesses. It brings you higher up into another. You can see so much underneath. I mean, I've channeled so far up underneath in that crystal bed. I've seen things so clearly. If I set my intention and I go in for an hour a day, it works. It's just amazing. And like I said, it heals people's hips. It kills viruses. It's just amazing.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I got to try it one of these days. I just have to try it. I know that where I met you is one of the places you were at, and then I wasn't I wasn't ready for it, but I think I'm ready now. I'd love to try that and see what it does to me and that, because see what happens to light when light gets shined on light.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, honey, to see, to feel and see what I see and feel in that. Now, you've come a long ways in your life. You've done a lot of things and changed a lot of things in your life. And that is this your life passion? Is this something you're so passionate that's going to be you're going to be doing it the rest of your life?
Yes. Oh, yes. I've done quite a few things, like you said, and this is the only thing that fulfills me. I truly love what I do. I love taking a client that feels so hopeless and helpless, and watching them walk out of my door feeling like they're walking on the clouds, just so high up, and watching them clear out the clutter that's been in their DNA and in their lives. So to me, this is just the most wonderful thing I've ever done, and I love what I do. I don't, dislike it whatsoever, any part of what I do.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's for Cindy too in an aspect, is that's something that, her spirituality is her biggest thing that she has too, is that she believes that too. And it's for me, myself too, is that this is what I think I was chosen for. And I don't think I'm chosen for. I know this is what I was chosen for. And I don't think I could do anything else anymore after doing this. And I've actually tried.
I don't think I could either. Could you, Cindy?
I don't know. I think I kind of like a little mix, but definitely there's more rewards doing spiritual work than the other work at times. And, just knowing that you're helping people in whatever way and fashion that is just pretty amazing. So it's very beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But,
I agree.
Yeah. And there's something.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to, because I got you guys on the phone here and everything else, is that we all have to, if this is a passion of ours and this is something that we want to do in our life, and that, how do we keep it in the forefront and how do we make it, monetize it to be able to make a profit for us to keep going and doing this? We can't believe that this is all about money.
Well, it sure is not, because if it is, we're rich in many ways, but that's not one of them.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because the insurance doesn't pay for us.
Oh, what the heck?
And honestly, people, unfortunately, until they go and have a lot of things, health issues, I think, until they're sick of going to the doctors and getting pills, I think that at that point, that's when they kind of turn and come to us.
Right.
And the only thing I can say is that I myself, I refer people to people that I know what they do, and if I've had a personal experience with them, or I know someone that has, and it's something I don't do.
Right.
And if they're on that side of town, say if somebody was on Chandler and Tempe, and I know that they're capable of doing what I do, or they can just drive closer to somebody in Scottsdale to have this done or whatever, I would definitely tell them to go that way.
Oh, absolutely.
But if not, I refer people. That's word of mouth.
Oh,
I think the spiritual community should be more, I think we should be backing each other more. We can't all do it all at once. And I think that word of mouth is everything, from experience, going to a facilitator and having yourself, first of all, it's hard for us healers to even let anyone work on us, as we know, to let go. But once we trust them,
right.
For us to give word of mouth to another, they should really understand that we know.
Right.
Because if we're putting ourselves in their hands, they're going to definitely know that we're telling them logics.
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
Sickness comes from what we develop and what we think and what we create. So how do we keep our positive mind going all the time and stay off the the crap in life.
Right, exactly. Well, that's the thing is that, and that's another thing. What you said is that even the practitioners, they have to walk the walk and talk the talk before I would ever send somebody to them.
Absolutely.
It's just send them to me. I'll see what I can do. It's no, I want somebody that is heartfelt. When I send my clients to them, like Cindy saw a client today of mine that it's but because me being a male, sometimes there's a femininity that goes on that needs to be looked at on the feminine side more than on the male aspect. And I've noticed that there's some things that I know that's something's not being shared because I'm a male, and so that's why I always share out to people that I know are heartfelt and that their business is heartfelt, no judgment, no, they're going to be taken very good care of.
Well, I can tell you, if you come from a place of love at all times and your heart is always coming from a place of love, it is heartfelt. And another thing about my healing, I will tell you, well, not my healing, I should say, gateway healing, is that when I do the gateway after 3 days, I do contact my client because it's deep. We go very deep.
Yep.
And we release everything up to the light.
Wow.
And it's powerful. I mean, I've done people that don't believe at all. They say they don't believe, and we sit down and we talk, and sometimes, of course, I'm a psychic and medium like you are, and we talk, and then I scan their body, of course, when they're on the table, because I can see where their blockages is, which I'm sure you can. I can go in and scan their body through when I'm in channel and see where their blockages and really start working on them and sending it up to light, and that helps a lot.
Right.
So clearing their mind all the time, and us as facilitators, we go.
Oh, yeah.
We also need to go and continue. So that's another thing people don't realize. We are still going to see our people to also keep ourselves balanced as well. I go every 6 months. I call it a tune-up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I am very lax in that. I have an issue with that. I sometimes
now, Rod.
Hey. No judgment here, girl. Don't judge me.
I'm teasing.
No, but
so teasing.
I know you are, but I mean, you have to know that, for myself, that I'm around that spiritual energy constantly. I mean, I live my life through spiritual energy, and I mean everything, from my roommate to where I work, where I go, whatever I do, and that I'm around spiritual people all the time.
Right.
So I don't think in some aspect, I don't think I need that tune up as often, but I do. I really feel when I need it. I know when I need it. And I think right now, this is the time for need. I mean, for everybody, even though we're just a facilitator and we're not the actually doing the healing ourselves and we're just a facilitator of life and love and that.
Right.
I still believe that we get Klingons. Don't you agree with that, Cindy?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, Cindy and Carissa, both of you guys, the CCs.
Yeah,
I think we all do. I think that we all struggle, but I don't. To me, I juggle like a couple things besides working, and I'm raising kids, grandchildren. So my life is always hectic, and I'm always running some or doing something or meditation, or I also do in-home meditations for people. I'll bring it and go to the home and do it for them, the energy healing work, just in case people can't make it out. If they want to have a small group, I do a meditation as well. I think that's really healthy. If everybody just stays like what you're saying in the spiritual community, backs each other. And financially, it's just, it's going to be tough on all of us. And I'm sure we're going to have to be doing, a lot of work because there's going to be a lot of people. I mean, especially with doctors closing down.
Right. Yep.
They can't see that many people.
Right.
I really believe that we're going to end up being the physicians, and not
yes,
saying that
do.
we're taking them over the doctor's work and that, but I really believe that
Helping.
people are going to end up seeing us over anybody else and that. And it used to be, I mean, good grief, as long as I've been doing this, my clients, I'm usually the last person they see. They've seen all these people, all these doctors, all these psychiatrists and everything. And I'm always the last one that they see. And it's interesting. I think things are going to start changing around, is that people are really going to see us for who we are, and that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I definitely see that. Definitely. I see a change already. I mean, I'm seeing it now. Some people will just say, I refuse to go to the doctor. And sometimes I say, you have to go because of your blood work and the age. We have to keep that up. But other than that, if you're not sick, don't go. I'm the first one to say, don't go. But if you're having chest pains, call 911. Don't call me, But at the same time, yes, I agree with you. I totally 100% agree with you. First of all, I think people are going to get off the medications. They see what it's done to them. And I see them coming to us more so for healings because they're not going to need the medications.
Well, not only
they
just
won't be so stressed out.
Right. Not only just not the medication, but I mean, there's a lot of people out there, and there's so many hours in a day and physicians out there. So they're going to be searching for other people just to even listen to them, and that's where we're going to come in as spiritual, listeners, coaches, healers, whatever it is that, we claim to fame to be. It doesn't matter. We're ears, and we're healing for them.
Absolutely.
So I totally see that here in the near future, people are going to be reaching out to more of us light workers, just because, again, it's simply they won't be able to get into the regular doctors, or they may still be afraid to, because of the, might catch something. But it's a great time for us, not only in that way, but also just in the fact that, we're able to raise that kind of vibration for the healing of that vibration as well, to help so many. I mean, this is kind of happening for a reason. And, I think it's bittersweet. How's that?
Yes. Yes.
I agree. I think that we're in the position also because the way we are, we're non-judgmental, we're loving. You go into a doctor's office, sometimes the clients are afraid to go in and tell them anything because the doctors are so short, or they're just, they see how many patients a day, where we actually really listen. And you're right, we have compassion, and we want to help them. And it's not about the money.
No.
We really want to, and we see. And it's like the big word is we see what they're going through.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
we can see it. And when we can see it and the doctors can't, it's a big difference. We observe.
Exactly.
We're like observers. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly correct. I mean, that's who we are. We are the observers. We've been the observers for a long time, and we're going to always be the observers. And we step back and really take a look at it. And when I can feel when a light worker scans me, I can feel that. And so if I can feel that, I know other people can. And that's just interesting, is that we're a person that can start feeling and seeing the stuff that people are going to start noticing us and saying, it's like, okay, what else can I do? What else can I, they're going to see us in a different light and everything else and that.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Oh, absolutely.
Holistic.
I had a client recently I scanned, and I saw a dark spot by her breast. And I didn't want to alarm her, and I asked her very nicely, I said, did you go for mammography? And she said, yes, I did. I said, and she said, I everything came back okay. They said to come back in 6 months. I said, did you get an ultrasound? She said, no. She calls me back 6 weeks later. What does she have? Breast cancer.
No.
So, just it didn't pick up on the mammography. Had I not scanned her while I was doing a gateway, she would not have known.
Exactly.
And here she is, 37 years old.
Oh, my.
Wow.
That's too young.
Very young. So, again, here we are again in that position of vision and what we see.
Right.
Wow. Good job.
Some of us are very, we take our time when we're with our clients. That's another thing that you do, and I know Cindy does, and I do. We take our time. It's not like we book 12 people in a row. If they need 3 hours of our time, we're there for the 3 hours.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Well, I don't have time to book people 3 hours, but I wish I did.
Well, me being who I am and being a spiritual psychologist, that's kind of how it goes down
Right.
for me. And,
Yeah.
but I do, like I said, I admire what you're doing as well. I see you always doing meditations and teaching Reiki. I'm also a Reiki master. I love it. I absolutely love that. I think that it's fascinating. I love all the people you're bringing in, Rod. I
Oh,
do.
thank you,
It's
dear.
amazing.
You're giving me a big head. Thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I see them out. I see them out, and they're really doing phenomenal work.
Oh.
And that says a lot.
Well, and that's the thing is that, I teach them what I can, and I always tell them, now make it yours. And that's the thing is that they have to take the mechanics of what I teach them and then make it theirs. And I think that was one of the biggest things of teaching. Why I love teaching what I teach is I love to see how they make it their own.
Right.
And I teach in there. There's no wrong way of doing it. You'll figure it out.
Right.
And that's the thing is that I don't step in and say you're doing this wrong, or you're doing that wrong. I just let them figure it out themselves. That's this way this world is. That, and I did that as a child. I figured out a lot of stuff on my own, and that's how I learned. And it's
Right.
interesting as I was channeling Christ conscious energy. It's been almost 3 years ago. And I remember distinctly during the channeling, I usually don't remember my channels, but I remember distinctly I was told not to teach how a pencil is made, but teach how to use the pencil.
I like that. The wise words.
It is. And that's what I've lived by ever since I was taught that, or heard that, is that we're not going to teach any longer how to make a pencil. I'm going to teach you how to use that pencil. And it doesn't matter anymore. You figure out how it's made on your own time, but here's how you use it. And
right.
And there's so many people, and I know in my classes and everything else is that I get these people that, well, what's the principle? What's your sources? What's this? What's that? And a lot of my sources are from the higher self. That's where my source comes from.
Always.
Yep. Absolutely.
Always.
Absolutely.
Well, God's running right through us. I mean, that's who we are. We are God. We are part of God. So, that's the big thing. We are more powerful than people think we are and think of themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
We absolutely have that. Whatever we think, we can create. People just don't understand that. So if they want to think terrible things, that's what they're going to have.
Right. Right.
It's like an illness. If we hold on to that illness and we don't get rid of the illness, we'll always have that illness.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's true.
But there's been so many positive things that come out of this. And that's the part that I want to focus on all the positive that, these people have come from. And, we may talk to each other and say, this has happened, but there's so much more positive out there than negative. And I love that aspect of that. That's why I'm in the spirituality world. I'm not into the religion more than that. I'm more into the spiritual world. Because the positivity of everything. And I love it very much.
Yes.
I know we're going to have to wrap things up here really quickly. I know time goes really, really fast and that. So first and foremost, that you had no idea I had a podcast, which I'm hurt. I'm internally hurt.
I'm sorry. I am one of those people that scroll through Facebook, seriously, and I really just scroll, and if they have a problem, I kind of reach out and send prayers and love, but I don't look up their past, and I don't look up on their Facebook pages who they are or what they are. I'm sorry.
Right. No, don't be sorry. Absolutely don't be sorry.
But I'm happy that I do know now because I've been listening, so.
Oh, good. Good. I'm so happy to
You have a new listener.
Yay! Yay! Cindy's going to be coming out with one of her own podcasts here soon too, and
how exciting!
Yeah, so she
congratulations, Cindy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep, she's coming up with some new stuff, and I'm excited about it. We used to do the Rod City podcast, and she got really busy and started traveling and doing a lot of other stuff. So I kind of went off and did my own, and so now she's back and she's going to do her own too. So I love having her as a co-host. She's a lot of fun.
Oh, I think that's great.
Yeah. She doesn't.
Oh yeah,
much.
you're hosting and then separate. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
It is awesome. Yeah, I think I'll name my podcast "The Lady in Red."
The Lady in Red.
I love it.
I love that
I
lady.
really love it.
The Lady in Red.
Yeah, it's song.
Mary
The-
Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene, the lady
Yeah.
in red.
The Lady in
Oh,
Red.
yeah.
There's that
I
song,
like
right?
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so exciting. I'm so excited for both of you. How exciting.
Yeah, thank
Congratulations
you.
for you both on your success.
Thank you.
It's going to continue, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think, once again, these podcasts are going to be needed, just they're uplifting, they're happy, they're spiritual, they're connecting to the universe, they're connecting to our higher self. This is what we need right now in this time of, what's going on. We need to think about, focus on more happier things and more, higher realm things that we can connect and find peace and healing and harmony and serenity and love and all these beautiful things that, we are made of, that comes also from the universe.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. And with me, everything I do is out of love. If I don't have it, I won't do it. It's just
Good
me.
girl.
It's always from my heart, or it's just, that's
Right.
just the way it is.
Right.
And you have to live that way, and that's what I've learned. I've learned a lot of things in my life, and like I said, I have a long history, and I can one day maybe we'll talk, and we can have a real long talk, and I'll tell you, and you would be baffled by it, and I laugh about it because the things and the positions I was put in has made me the person I am, and I'm just so grateful. And I was born this way. I never slept since I was born. My mother
Wow.
said I could never sleep. So, being that the person I am and my grandmother, I have 7 generations of healers. I should say light workers instead of healers, but back in the day, they were called
Absolutely.
healers.
Yep.
Anyway, so 7 generations goes far back in Haverstraw, New York, and so many things happened since I was a child. So I never slept. I would see things. I would ask what was going on, why this. So my grandmother, she kind of explained things to me slowly, and explained what was going on, so I wouldn't be in fear, so I can embrace it. And that's what I've done my whole life. So everything that I've done has been, just because I've known a few things about
Right.
friends or something, and I never knew. I just always knew, but never said,
Right. Absolutely.
And it's been a good thing because you can help people that way.
Yep. And yep. You're absolutely correct. And, you and I have talked about a little bit about your story. You have quite a story, and I would love to just probably do some talks on that sometime about what you've gone through and where you're at and where you've come a long, long way. I mean, your life has had a lot of ups and downs, and it's been really interesting to even hear some of your stories and that. And so,
I would love to share them one day with
Absolutely.
you, Rod, because I can tell you, I don't look at them as anything but lessons, and I'm so thankful for them because had I not walked the path I have, I would not be who I am today.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be strong. I would not be positive, and I wouldn't have all the compassion I have for everyone.
Right.
And I'm grateful for that because I probably could have been a little stinker. Who knows?
I think you're a little stinker. I still think there's a little bit
I
of a
probably
stinker.
could be a little bit, but you know what I mean when I say that. I could have gotten,
exactly.
really not been the person that I am, and had I not gone through things since the time I've been 3. So, it's been interesting. My life has been very interesting.
Yep. It's really interesting to listen to, especially light workers' stories of where they come from. And Berkeley did a study. Did you know that 80% of people that are psychic or intuitive and that were abused children?
Really?
I found that really interesting when Berkeley did that study. And I was like, wow, that is crazy that there's that many people out there because they had to learn how to adapt to it. And so I think in a sense that we're all born with this aspect, but it's how we're adapt to it.
Right. And I also think that people back in, I'm going to be 56. So back when I was growing up, you just didn't talk of things like that.
Right.
So that was a big no-no. Everything was hush-hush. You didn't know anything about anyone. God forbid anyone ever said anything,
Right.
It was just, you were looked down on or you were shy. It was a different era.
Right.
Judgmental. Again, though, we go back to the religion.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Fear.
Yes, everything. And, fear is so false. It's so false.
Yeah.
It appears real to so many people, but they create it in their mind, and it's just ridiculous, everything. So, big thing. They just don't even think of it,
Absolutely.
Just go out and live.
So it's beautiful to talk to you, my dear. You are such an amazing
Thank
person. If somebody wanted to get a hold of you and had one of those beautiful sessions of that, how would they get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me through Facebook.
Okay.
Or my phone number, which is on Facebook, which it's Carisa Dawn Umbrino, and I'm on Facebook. And I haven't set up the web page yet because I'm technically challenged, and I'm going to ask for help yet. So I haven't done it, but anyway, and my phone number is and my cell phone up there, and I can give it out actually right now.
If you'd like to, yes,
I don't
please.
mind. Yes, my phone number is 623-428-5829, and that is my cell phone number. You can text me or you can call me, leave me a message. I will get back to you, and I will set up an appointment and get you in as soon as possible. I work with somebody on their prices just in case they're in terrible, shape.
Right.
We have that, and I will not turn anyone away.
Absolutely.
And I'm also a pastor as well. So, all those things said. Yeah.
Yep.
So, and I can work on women that are pregnant as well. I just can't work on anyone with heart problems.
Oh.
With such a pacemaker, something
Gotcha.
like that.
Yep,
Nothing
absolutely.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have a session with her. She sounds really awesome.
Doesn't she?
Yes.
Well, I hope to meet you, Cindy, and if it's not with a session, I just hope we have lunch or meet with coffee and have a nice conversation.
It sounds like a date to me. I love it. Let's do it. Thank you.
Absolutely. And of course, Rod, you would come.
Nope, absolutely not. I don't like either of you.
Why not? You wouldn't want to be with two hot chicks?
I would love to be with two hot chicks. And I'd love to flirt with both
Okay, well,
of
then
you.
it's a date.
There's a date, exactly. So that's Carisa Dawn Umbrino. Did I say that last name right?
Umbrino.
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 Umbrino. Yes. And you get her on Facebook, and she gave out her phone number. I'm really excited about that. It's an honor to have you on, and I hope to have you on again, honey. And there's a story you need to get out there, and I believe in it. I believe you're doing great in this world, and I believe you're doing good work, and I'm proud of you. Very proud of you.
Me too.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me, especially from you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, you sound very amazing. I have yet to meet you, but listening to you, I can already tell. Thank you so much for all your work that you do.
Thank you, Cindy, and thank you both, because I'm just so touched that you both asked me today to be on. So thank you, and I wish you both the best, and I hope you guys enjoy our time down.
Yes.
No social media is going to be nice. I don't mean that, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yep, absolutely.
Anyway.
I love it. Love it. Yep, I'm going to ask you to you're going to just come in and be my co-host as we make phone calls to other people too one of these days. I'd love to have that. That'd be fun, honey.
Oh, I would love to. Absolutely love to.
All right, love. I will talk to you later.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night. And this is Rod Talks, and you can find us on ReikiRod.com. Check us out. Having a lot of fun. And that Sydney's going to be having her own podcast. And I can see down the road Carisa doing her own thing too. So this is Rod Talks, and you guys have a great night. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.